You've probably heard the phrase, you are who you surround yourself with. I didn't pay much attention to it growing up as I mainly hung around my closest friends and family. But when I started college, I made a totally new set of friends and actually tried to join a fraternity, but that didn't work out too well. If I wanted to spend most of my time partying with the so called cool crowd, then I could have surrounded myself with this group of people. But in college, my goal was to get into dental school, which actually required me to make, high grades. And once I started spending most of my free time studying in the library, I started to notice something. I began to surround myself with others that, guess what? We all shared the same common goals. They were also trying to make the best grades they could for their future as well. Looking back at my younger self, I now understand that our peer group should be filled with people we want to become like. Now, it's hard to achieve a 4.0 GPA by spending time with people that stay up all night partying, right? Or you can't expect to hang out around people with a negative outlook who don't believe that they'll ever get ahead and have them not affect you as well. It just doesn't work that way. Now, the people that we surround ourselves with will have implications at all stages of our lives. It means that you should really choose your social circle wisely, as they can have a much bigger influence on you, whether you realize it or not. And if you're new here, I'm Dr. Jeff Anzalone, a periodontist that's on a mission to get you out of the rat race with passive income, and hopefully you will start to surround yourself with other good people such as me. If you want to learn more about passive income, download with the link below. Let's get started. So let's talk about the 3 reasons why the people that you surround yourself matter so much. The first one is this: habits are contagious. So look at the friends right now that you hang around. Do you share the same habits? I'd be willing to bet the answer is yes. Now, if they eat fast food and avoid gyms, then you're probably going to do the same. If they like to gossip about everybody around them, then you may do the same as well. If eating junk food, not working out to stay in shape, and spreading negative gossip seems normal to you, then it's because of the people that you're around all the time. Is that the life that you want? Look, I'm not saying to get rid of all your old friends from high school. I still enjoy a few of mine, but now I seek out those who have the kind of life and career that I want presently today. If you want to be a better person, then find somebody out there that's a better version of you. If you're in the gym and you see somebody that's really in shape and really looks like they know what they're doing, then guess what? Go up to them, talk to them, start to make friends with them. Find out what they eat, how often they train, and then maybe some of what they do or some of what they have will start to rub off on you for a better, healthier life. Number 2, something else that's contagious. Attitudes are contagious too. Now, if you work with other people that are grumpy and they're constantly complaining about everything under the sun, then more than likely some of that attitude is going to rub off on you as well. On the other hand, if you surround yourself by happy and upbeat people, then your attitude could be more like theirs. That's human nature. So consider who you're around most of the time and then ask yourself if they have the attitudes that you want to catch. If not, then are there people in your life that you know would keep you actually motivated when things get tough? Are there others that constantly inspire you to be the best that you can be no matter what? Maybe you have some other people that have your best interests in mind. Those are the types of people that you want to gravitate to. And number 3, avoid trying to know everything. Now, in the book, I have it over here on my shelf, Who Not How, Dr. Ben Hardy is the author of that. He states, now the book states that there's one thing holding us back from moving forward in life, and it's getting caught up in the how. Now, I've actually put off starting this YouTube channel that you're watching right now for years because I kept asking the wrong questions. How am I going to have time to find videos, topics? How do I write these scripts to create the outline for the topics that I'm going to shoot the videos? How do I shoot the videos? How do I make thumbnails? How do I edit the videos? So all you really need is an idea or a desire to accomplish something. But instead of letting those how questions hold you back from getting what you want, just simply seek out the who's that can help you achieve what you want. Here's the deal. No matter how gifted you are in anything, you you can't figure out everything yourself, nor should you have to. There's plenty of smart people to learn from. Now, I was actually scared to death approaching a guy many years ago to ask for mentorship in real estate investing. Now, if you fast forward to today, that guy, he's had a tremendous impact on my life. And at the time when I asked him, he was very eager to help. This guy's actually a billionaire with a B. Now, there's not a month that goes by that I don't feel a deep sense of gratitude for his willingness to spend time with me. And it's because of this, this process and this experience that I've had with him that I've actually set out to pay this experience forward to others via the articles on my blog and these YouTube videos. Now, let's talk about the 5 ways that you can start to surround yourself with good people as well. All right. So, number 1, make a decision now. Now, I spoke with an ER physician last week that was about 3 or 4 years out of training. His wife's also a doctor. And what was kind of odd was they were already searching for other streams of income. And come to find out that the pandemic actually caused hospitals, to shut down certain areas of the hospital, seeing patients, and it scrapped a lot of his hours. And then his wife, again, who's also a physician, she actually decided to leave her job due to the toxic environment that she was having to surround herself with. Now, these 2 issues actually became the catalyst for them to make life-changing decisions now at that point. Remember, we want to make that decision now. So his wife wanted to get away from all those bringing negativity and distraction into her life. They both made the decision at that point, that was their now, to start to surround themselves with positive people to help raise their standards. What about you? Maybe you're used to being around the same people and you have some sort of fear of change. From my experience, when you choose the kind of people to be around who actually share similar goals as you, it actually is going to elevate the standard of what you're going to start to tolerate in your life. Number 2, let it go. Now, as a self-employed periodontist, I'm surrounded every day by my employees, okay? Their ambitions and mine are completely different, which is to say, most employers are going to want different things versus their employees. Now, as an employer, if you're self-employed, you have a business to run, right? You have different tasks that you have to do. But on the flip side, most of the time, the employees, when they come to work, they're coming to work for you. A lot of them just want a paycheck. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but it is what it is. So think about the people that you hang out with either at work or outside of work. Question: do these people, do they build you up or do they bring you down? Now, after spending time with them, do you feel good about yourself, ready to take on new challenges, or do you feel emotionally drained? If you're worn out after spending time with them, then guess what? You're around the wrong people. One of the first steps when starting to surround yourself with successful, positive people is to basically let go. Let go of all the negative relationships that you currently have. By doing this, I guarantee you're going to free up time for these new relationships that you'll be creating. I get that it can sometimes be uncomfortable needing to unfriend somebody that's really not helping you better your life. I also understand that these could be maybe people that you've grown up with all your life. But it's essential not to feel obligated just because they're your quote high school buddy and think that you owe them something. So think about what's making you stay in these relationships in the first place. You ever thought about that? Now, once you change your mindset and you free yourself from these negative relationships, you'll be much better prepared to focus on what really matters to you and your business. Number 3, identify good people. Now, think about all the positive people that you have relationships now. More than likely, they're all are different, and bring these unique outlooks to your life, probably each time that you're around them. The more groups that I personally join where I'm around ultra successful people, the more that I realize that I'll be able to benefit from a completely diverse range of personality types. And what I've done is, while I've been in these groups, I've actually noticed four distinct groups that we actually need to be around on a yearly basis in order to keep growing. The first one is somebody that's, quote, a hard worker. Now, how many people do you know with high ACT scores and 4.0 GPAs that never amounted to what they were capable of? I've seen, more than my fair share of them. But why does this happen? It's because success does not solely rely on somebody being book smart. You've got to have the hustle, and you've got to have the drive in you to succeed. Now, if you're around a hard worker, then it's difficult to not become inspired to do more and achieve more. The second type is smart people. Now, if you're the smartest person in the room, guess what? You're in the wrong room. And so if you're the smartest person in the room, then that means that you're in your comfort zone. You're under no pressure to try to do more, right? So, for instance, both of my kids play tennis, and I always tell them, I'm always stressing to them, the only way that they're going to get better is by playing other people, playing other kids that are better than them. So if they're not constantly getting pushed on the court to do their best, then they're going to stay complacent. Same goes with personal growth. By constantly surrounding yourself with people who are smarter than you, it's going to push you to always keep learning and to stay curious. Number three, visionaries. And I did not finish out my word here, so I'm going to finish out my word. All right. Now, whenever I hear this word, I immediately think of people like Steve Jobs. And whenever I'm around these types of people, it really starts to open my mind to start to think and dream bigger. And the fourth type of person, positive thinkers. Positive thinking is a mental attitude that actually focuses on the good and expects results that'll benefit you. Positive thinkers anticipate success. They anticipate health and happiness instead of the negative Nellies who are always expecting the worst. So these types of people, and you've probably heard it before, they're always known for utilizing the law of attraction. This is basically a mindset that creates a positive feedback loop that is constantly bringing good into your life. These people can see obstacles as opportunities instead of roadblocks. So when life knocks you down, which it will knock you down, you want these types of people by your side. All right. The fourth way that you can surround yourself with good people is join groups for success. It's amazing how much more your outlook on life can expand once you begin to surround yourself daily with successful people. And in these groups, like these mastermind groups that I've been in, I've been able to see it firsthand. So these new connections that I've made and that I continue to make basically help put to rest a lot of the limiting beliefs that I've had. And the more that I'm around them, the less I want to be around those that I've always been around that have always tried to bring me down. Now, another way to surround yourself with successful people is, again, to find a mentor. And like I said a little bit earlier, I was able to do that, luckily, here in my hometown in Louisiana with a billionaire real estate investor. Now, years ago, when I spent 2 hours with him in his office, I came home and told my wife I got more education in those 2 hours with him than I did in 2 to 3 years of college. There's no way you can get life lessons like being around people like that anywhere else. No successful person has ever gotten to where they are by themselves. Think of it this way. A mentor is somebody who is already getting the results that you want. They're already living out their game plan for success. And by spending time with them, you can shortcut where you want to go, and you can develop one too. Last but not least, number 5 is go outside your comfort zone. Tony Robbins once said, all growth starts at the end of your comfort zone. Well, I like to work out. I work out a good bit, of course, if you couldn't tell. But anyway, think about if you're bench pressing, okay, and you're going for 8 to 10 reps, and then all of a sudden, you're not really straining, and you think that you're going to go to 10. But what happens if you get to the end of your comfort zone, that ninth or 10th rep? What happens? You really start to not only physically, but also mentally challenge you. Hey, I don't, can I get this last rep? What if I get caught here? What are people around the gym going to think about me? You have all these thoughts or whatever. So all growth, whether it's, physical or mental, starts outside your comfort zone. Now, if you think about it, if you're a marketer or you have a business and you want to market to a certain niche, how do you do it? You go to where they're hanging out, right? So you've got to answer questions such as, where do these where do these people, where do these groups of people, where do they go? What websites do they go to? What online forums are they on? What do they like to read? What books, what magazines, what types of YouTube videos are they watching? All right. Now, once you find this out, you're going to have better results marketing in those specific areas. Same goes with finding successful people that are going to take you to the next level. You've got to find out where they go, and then you meet them where they are, and then you start to spend time with them there. Seminars and workshops, mastermind groups, those are really great places to start. That's how I got started with investing in real estate syndications. I started attending seminars, meetups, workshops, that sort of thing. And then I started to expand my network. Now, when you do this, this is what pushes successful people, again, out of their comfort zone. So the bottom line is this. Now that you know it takes becoming uncomfortable to begin the process of surrounding yourself with good people, guess what? There's never a better time to start than today. Start now. And speaking of good people to surround yourself with, I want you to check out an interview with one of my earliest real estate mentors, Mr. Grant Cardone. You can check it out over here.